top stories, Taiwan to assist with the SKN energy transition, Federation and Italy sign memorandum of understanding, and Prime Minister Drew stresses the importance of the cruise sector. The details on these stories and more after the break. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Foreign Minister the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas hosted a series of bilateral talks with various nations during the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP27. The dialogues began with the Republic of China, Taiwan, and during the joint session, Taiwan expressed its commitment to support the government of St. Kitts and Nevis in its bid to transition from traditional energy consumption to renewable energy. Dr. Douglas indicated during the meeting that Taiwan has been a longtime friend for some 39 years. He reminded the gathering that Taiwan always supported the Federation's energy transition. Dr. Douglas also held bilateral talks with Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, Ireland and Nigeria in the hopes of securing partnerships in climate finance. Following the series of meetings, Minister of Energy, Honorable Conwys Maynard, and Minister of Environment and Climate Action, Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, joined the bilateral talks where continued partnerships in energy and water security, as well as waste management, were discussed. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the government of Italy on Tuesday, 15th November, during the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP27. The terms of the MOU are in relation to Italy's continued support of the Federation's environmental action and fight for climate justice. Conservation Officer in the Ministry of Environment, Cheryl Jeffers, said the MOU allows for the Federation to move towards becoming a sustainable island state. Meanwhile, Minister of Environment and Climate Action, Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, said Italy has been a long-standing partner with St. Kitts and Nevis and that European nation, through the MOU, has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting the Federation in its green transition. Antigua and Barbuda and St. Lucia have also entered into the same agreement with Italy. The signing of the additional CARICOM member states will take place in New York at the UN headquarters. On Monday, cabinet officials led by Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, along with officials from the Ministry of Tourism, held what was described as an important dialogue with executives of Carnival Corporation. The goal of the meeting was to strengthen the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis as a tourist destination and the cruise line. The meeting was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort and featured participation from the President of P&O Cruises, Paul Ludlow, Vice President of Government and Destination Affairs at Carnival Corporation and PLC, Murray McKenzie, Senior Advisor to the Senior Vice President of Strategic Operations, Giora Israel, Manager of Shareholder Engagements for the Caribbean Region, Charlene Drakes, and the Director of Home Port Operations at Carnival UK, Odette McFarlane. Prime Minister Drew told the visiting delegation that the government continues to value and appreciate its partnership with cruise lines.
We appreciate the value that the cruise sector brings to the overall tourism product. An average cruise visitor spends, as per the last BRIA study, equated to US $135.94. The multiplier effect of such of a spend has been and continues to be critical to the economic sustenance of our people. For example, in 2019, the pre-pandemic tourism accounted for at least 40% of our GDP.
The Prime Minister gave the assurance that St. Kitts and Nevis, through the Ministry of Tourism, will continue to find innovative ways to enhance the visitor experience.
I can assure you that St. Kitts, as a destination, will continue its efforts to diversify its products through innovation and creativity. We understand our visitors are seeking enriching authentic experiences, and it is our goal to deliver nothing less.
The visit by the executives from Carnival Corporation came a week after St. Kitts and Nevis welcomed the inaugural Call of Carnival Spirit to its shores on November 9th, 2022. Meanwhile, on Saturday, St. Kitts welcomed the inaugural cruise call of the Voyager of the Seas. The vessel has a guest capacity of 3,602 passengers and 15 decks. Minister of Tourism Honorable Masha Henderson was among those on hand to welcome the vessel. She said she is delighted to welcome yet another inaugural cruise call to the destination. She was quoted as saying, "Inaugural cruise calls continue to create excitement for our cruise industry workers. Our tourism industry is a key contributor to our destination's economy, and we accept new cruise partnerships with open arms." Chief Executive Officer at the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, Alison Thompson, was quoted as saying, "St. Kitts continues to achieve remarkable accomplishments. Securing yet another maiden cruise call is outstanding and indicates that the authority's marketing and promotional efforts continue to be impactful." The Voyager of the Seas was launched in 1998 and was formally named by Olympic figure skater Katarina Witt. After the break, traffic changed to assist taxi and tour operators, and Minister's Youth Forum engages the youth. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
Here are your Horsefield's Value Mart IG Value Club Blitzag specials running November 3rd through 16th. Nabisco Oreo family size cookies $19.99. Ocean Spray craisins $7.99. Chobani Greek yogurt $5.69. Bagel Bites $11.49. Essential Everyday Fries $13.99. Downy Fabric Softener April Fresh $23.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. Cheerio cereals $17.99. Ocean Spray Juice $11.99. Essential Everyday Shredded and Chunk Cheeses $7.99. Mueller's Pasta $5.99. VO5 Shampoo and Conditioner $4.99. Dawn Dish Detergent $13.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Dale inspiration.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a
Value Mart.
Sorrel making, hey. Punch okra drinking, hey. Ham and turkey baking. Now this is Christmas. A new home, land for you. It's time to get what you always wanted. Ultra low rates, up to 100% financing and more. Make it happen for yourself and your family. Let Republic help you have the best Christmas ever. Sorrel making, hey. Punch okra drinking, hey. Ham and turkey baking. Now this is Christmas.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. There will be temporary changes to the flow of traffic at the junction of Port Zante East and the Sands Complex and Brumbill Street. Police issued a statement saying beginning Tuesday, vehicular traffic exiting Port Zante will be allowed to turn left or right on the Bay Road, although the traffic light will indicate right turns only. This forms part of a traffic flow assessment. As the assessment is being done to improve tour experiences for cruise passengers to the island, Honorable Marsha Henderson, Minister of Tourism, addressed it at Monday's Prime Minister's press conference.
Just so that we can turn left, the Honorable Attorney General is reminding me that one of the things we were able to do for the tour operators and taxi operators is get an assessment done on the traffic flowing into Bastia out of Port Zante to flow east, to flow west, to turn into town from Port Zante. From Port Zante east, very well. Not down by Rams, from Sands. which of course results in our visitors being able to have the scenic view into Bastia. And so we've worked hard with our partners, with the police and with Public Works, and we're doing an assessment of the traffic for a trial period so that we can, at the end of the month, make an informed decision.
The police said the appropriate signage will be posted at the junction to indicate that left turns are also permitted. Motorists and pedestrians are asked to be cautious when using the intersection. Approximately 150 young people from across St. Kitts and Nevis gathered at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on Tuesday to learn more about government programs and activities that directly impact them and to give their perspective on ways the government can tailor its empowerment initiatives to meet the demands of the young generation. The engagement was facilitated by the junior minister responsible for youth empowerment, Honorable Iselene Phillip, who was supported by the staff of the department. The young people expressed the need for skills development, job training, transfer of knowledge, establishing independence, social building, and youth in decision making. While giving youth welcome remarks, Senior Youth Officer Saida Joseph said that the Minister's Youth Forum has been extremely useful over the years.
Our young people are wise and they crave innovation, excitement and opportunities. And two, forums of this nature are a necessity because ultimately they inform our programming at the Department of Youth Empowerment. Therefore, I urge all of us to recognize this opportunity for what it is. Yes, we are here to have an amazing time and enjoy that is the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, of course. But most importantly, we are here to communicate with each other.
She said the information gathering was key for the department to function effectively as it meets the needs of young people.
For our team to function efficiently requires information gathering from our clientele. We can sit down and we can write the most beautiful programs. But if we don't take into consideration that with each new generation our clientele changes, then all we'd be really doing is structuring programming for our past selves. And we can't continue repeating that cycle.
Junior Minister Phillip commended the wide mix of young people represented, which included high school students, representatives of youth groups, youth entrepreneurs, youth volunteers, members of sport groups, residents of His Majesty's Prison, and others. She said the recommendations from the young people were captured and will be seriously considered by senior officials at the department. The young people also had the opportunity to engage with the Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, who is Minister of Education and Youth Empowerment, as well as the Honorable Samuel Duggins, Minister of Sport and the Creative Economy. The Minister's Youth Forum was held as part of Youth Month 2022. An official of the Department of Agriculture in the Nevis Island Administration is advising farmers on Nevis of a new type of pest which has been affecting certain crops on the island since late October. Quincy Batt, Plant Health and Plant Quarantine Officer at the department, said on Tuesday that they are investigating the source of the pest. However, farmers should seek their assistance should their crops be infected. Some of the affected crops include okra, sorrel, cotton, eggplants, and sweet pepper. Mr. Bat said the pest found was a leafhopper. The leafhopper is a small pest, and it is a sucking insect which serves as a vector for a virus that affects those plants. Signs and symptoms of the pest is that it sucks the plant and transmits a disease that causes crinkling of the leaves, yellow lesion on the leaves, and necrotic lesions. Mr. Bat added that at this time of year, the pests have the potential to reduce this year's sorrel yield. Kittition Judy Haddell, former Judy Jacobs, has won the Minister's Arts Award for Public Primary School Teachers in Adelaide, South Australia. Recently, at an annual World Teachers' Day Awards event, Mrs. Hannell was announced the winner of the Minister's Arts Award for a Public Primary School Teacher. This award is in recognition of outstanding achievement and endeavor in arts education. According to a statement, the awards are a considerable prize in terms of funding to support the professional development of the recipient. Judy has chosen to use her prize money to attend the Broadway Teachers Workshop in Manhattan, New York in 2023 so that she can improve her practice in performing arts, integrating music, dance, and drama together in a meaningful way in the classroom and for whole school performances. Judy Jacobs Hannell, daughter of Viola Jacobs and the late Urban Jacobs, grew up in Bastia St. Kitts and studied piano with Pamela Wall from about 1982 until she left for university in 1994. She then studied music at the University of Western Ontario and shortly after moved to Adelaide, Australia with her husband, where they now reside with their 2 children. Coming up in regional news, Grenadian murder accused to stand before court next month.